This is a PDAC very special edition because we're doing a threesome, which we've never done before in that format. And I'm joined by David Erfle, the junior miner junkie, and Trevor Hall, Mining Stock Daily.
Thanks for having me, Kai.
No, it's great to have you. We've been having some fun here off camera, talking about what's happening here at the conference. We've been talking about obviously the mega mergers and what's happening, and you've walked the floors
a little bit, yeah.
The last couple days, and Barrick is not here.
Yes,
yeah.
The plot thickens.
Yeah, it's a very empty space.
Yes, large and empty.
It's odd.
Yeah, it's kind of odd. But they put up some banners or something, but they just left.
I think those banners were probably here all the time.
Okay,
maybe they're just in storage somewhere. So they just so PDAC maybe put up the banners.
Yeah.
Since Barrick didn't show up, we'll just put up the banners and maybe they'll come later.
So which brings us actually to the main topic. I think we should be talking about the mega mergers. What's happening? Barrick and Newmont. Is that actually going to happen in your opinion?
No, I don't think so. There was a press release this morning that Newmont's board has unanimously rejected the offer. I don't think it would have a chance of taking place unless they upped it to 50-50.
But there was a caveat there. It's like, but we could talk about the Nevada assets.
Right.
So I was really curious about what does a Barrick Newmont single jurisdiction like Nevada look like?
Yeah,
that would make sense. Just in itself,
that part would make sense.
Other than
but there's a lot of other things about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that I think is still there's room to play around with and see what happens.
Yeah,
so I don't think it's done.
No, it's not off the table completely, in my opinion either. So BlackRock, I think, plays a big part in it. So they would want to see something come out of it. They want, of course, appreciation of share prices.
Right.
And probably a bigger company will get more interest from the generalists as well.
Yeah. Right. But let's look at it from like Mark Bristow's point of view. I mean, it's like this is a win-win for him, because if they accept the offer eventually, great. And if they don't, it gets Newmont's shareholders questioning the Goldcorp acquisition, which they should anyway.
I think that was the whole idea anyway, to get going, just get started with us, to kind of block them going forward with them.
Right. So. Well, it was interesting. I went to Disrupt Mining last night, and obviously Goldcorp's the major sponsor of Disrupt Mining, right? And the discussion I was having with people, if Newmont Goldcorp does happen, something like Disrupt Mining is not Newmont's forte. They wouldn't do that, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
So who would take the lead on some of that public disruption and innovation in the industry, which has been very important for the last 5 years? If Goldcorp wasn't going to do it.
Yeah, that brings us actually to another good topic to talk about, is the vacuum that's being created by these mega mergers. Right? So if, let's say Barrick Newmont moves ahead, or even Newmont Goldcorp, the fallout's going to take a while. Of course, there'll be assets coming out. I spoke to Rick Rule earlier today. He said there's like $14 billion in asset sales waiting to happen.
Right.
New mid-tier producers will get created eventually, but until then, let's say Barrick and Newmont, which is worst case, best case, whatever angle you want to look at it from, that'll take at least a year to materialize. And the mid-tier producers, let's say in SSR Mining, they have $500 million in cash. I think they're going to be cautious about spending those $500 million.
Right.
Before seeing what comes out of it.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, and I always thought, I think the big major mergers, obviously they're important. They get the conversation talking and more eyes onto the sector overall. Me personally, I'm really still waiting to see some of the mergers and acquisitions from the junior side. I don't know when it's going to play out, if this is going to put a hold on some of that transaction. What do you think, Dave?
Well, I think these majors are still running out of high-grade material to process, so they need to replace that. And I still think there's going to be the higher margin projects that are in really good jurisdictions that have blue sky potential. I think those are still attractive, especially if we continue to see the gold price go down like it has been for the last few sessions, and the gold price gets under $12.50.
Then we're in trouble again.
Then we're in trouble again, and they're going to need high margin assets.
So one of the rumors I heard the last few weeks is Atlantic Gold being picked up in the next 8 weeks. So
I would like that. I'm a big shareholder.
Oh, I know. But have you heard any similar rumors, any M&A rumors, anything in that regard?
Not yet. I haven't heard any rumors like that. But going back to the merger mania here, I would be a little concerned about the Yukon when this plays out, because we've had some majors come into there recently. We've had one major leave already. We've had Barrick leave the A-type project. So if they're divesting assets, I would think that Yukon might be on the table too. Like Newmont might get out of New Strike
and coffee,
and then Goldcorp out of coffee, and Triumph and some other ones that they're in there. So I'd be a little concerned about the Yukon, because the Yukon takes a lot longer to play out. You know, you've got the jurisdictional risk and you've got the seasonal risk.
What's interesting is there is some activity underneath the surface. Like if the Barrick Newmont stuff isn't covered in the book and you dig in, there's still some activity. And what I've been interested in is actually one company, EMX, has done 3 or 5 deals out of Scandinavia in the last 4 or 5 months. South 32, Boreal Metals, Fairplay announced this morning, and then OK2, which is now Nora Metals, have all bought up properties in Norway or Sweden straight from EMX. There's a lot of activity in that jurisdiction, and I think it's kind of an unsung hero right now. It seems like it's a great place to operate and explore and do some mining, but it seems like it's under the radar.
Nico is active up there as well.
Right.
Marcel?
That one. So, yes, exactly. So I've come across that company a couple times, but so they're active up there. But let's circle back to the PDAC. We're here at the conference today too. It was quiet yesterday.
Yes, it was pretty quiet, but it usually is on Sunday. Usually is
there
on
were
Sunday.
tables available downstairs in the food court. That never happens. So,
and like we were talking earlier, you said there was actually rooms available at the Intercontinental.
Exactly.
So that's a little.
And what I'm personally disappointed of is like with Oreninc, we try to get a booth in Investor Exchange, and then you see empty booths downstairs. So it's but even the floor, because Sunday is the typical retail day. Because of course on a Monday, unless you're a professional, you actually have a job usually to go to.
Is there another show happening somewhere else?
There was the Metals Investor Forum, so there probably was a bit of competition, but all in all, I think it was much slower than expected.
But listen, it's still a great place to come, whether you work in this industry, you write about this industry, or you're just investing in this industry. There's very few conferences where you can literally just walk up to a booth and probably meet the CEO or some management and ask them questions. And that's the power of PDAC, and it always will be. So whether it's busy or not.
We're the best example for it. You're based in Denver, you're in LA, I'm in Vancouver now. Well, where else do we get to meet, right? So,
exactly.
And that you can actually translate into worldwide travels. Like I've bumped into people from the Netherlands, Belgium, from all over the globe.
Right, and it's spread out too. It's spread out over 4 days, so you don't miss anything as far as wherever you want to come to see. You pinpoint companies you want to talk to. I definitely want to talk to these. You don't have to. You're not stressed to hurry up to do it.
So who are you talking to? Or some of the companies you need a chat with?
Oh well, there's Westdome. I needed to get a hold of and get some information out of, and I really like Minera Alamos, and I know you do as well. Doug Ramshaw is always fun to talk to. Pin him down and ask him some questions. They're raising money right now without a warrant, which is shocking. And
it's oversubscribed.
Yeah, and it's oversubscribed. Yeah, right. So. Yeah, there's still a lot of companies that need to go away, obviously, but you're still seeing bifurcation in the market even as this smackdown is happening. You're still seeing it. The best companies will still continue to bifurcate, I think, and the micro caps that are cashed up and aren't running around cap in hand for money, that have good projects, they'll do well.
It's funny because I chatted with John Mark Stoddy from Riverside yesterday, and they just did a financing, and he was so upset that he had to dilute his shareholders. He's still in like 45 million shares. So he's still a tight share.
And I think Rick ruled to most of that placement too.
And hence they had to issue a warrant.
They had a full warrant. So I think when people like Doug Ramshaw and Minera Alamos do financing without a warrant, they're getting really creative, or they know exactly how they need to approach that financing project, because I still don't know how they did it.
Well, you take a look at their projects. I mean, the IRRs and the like 80-90%.
What's the benefit of operating in Mexico?
Exactly. So just last question to wrap it up, so it doesn't get too long. But What do you try to get out of PDAC? Is there a commodity that's sticking out this year? Do you see it's gold, copper, nickel?
Well, I really like silver because it's just been beaten down for so long, you know, and a lot of these juniors have been performing better than expected lately when you see a smackdown, because I think a lot of them are sold out. I mean, the bear market now has lasted 17 months longer than the last time we had a bear market after silver reached $50 an ounce in 1980. So this is officially the longest bear market in silver. So, you know, I really like silver, and of course I always like gold and copper as well.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if there's one specific metal that I'm really interested in. Obviously gold, always interested in copper, but I'm really interested to see how these battery metals might be able to shape an approach to getting new, younger investors. And so every year for the last few years, I've really been focusing on, like, what can this industry do to reach the 20 or 30 somethings that are going to be major shareholders in 5 to 20 years. So that's, you know, I really think we need to start, the industry needs to start thinking how we collectively grab those people, because there's going to need to be a new David Erfle sometime, you know. So
No, don't replace me yet.
not yet. 20 years.
No, but good point. And on Sunday it was evident again. Like, obviously the investors are getting older and older,
Right.
and the younger crowd is missing. So the battery metal space might have that attractiveness because people can relate to it better, because you hold your phone in your hand and see, okay, this is cobalt, lithium, and nickel. It's all in there.
Right.
And I don't know if that's the answer, but I do think it can be some sort of a link.
Yeah, because they're doing a good job marketing it, I think. So too bad lithium price dropped off in recent months, cobalt price as well. But they spend marketing dollars on educating people about the industry. And, you know, if the price would have held up, I think we would have just seen more generalist investor interest. Gentlemen, thanks for taking the time.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Kyle.
Enjoy the rest of the PDAC.
Cheers.
All right, see ya.